Well, welcome back to another English couple with Richard and Julia.
Hello.
We are doing something rather different today.
Just a little bit.
What are we doing, Julia?
Something Christmassy.
Yes, Christmas is coming. The goose has got his hat. The little boy is running around and he's just trodden on
Happy
the...
with that?
Yes, I was going to say trodden,
I know what you want to say. I could hear it before you said it.
trodden on the cat. Never
Yes,
mind.
we know.
Sorry, mate. Shouldn't have been here. We are going to cook a Christmas pudding. I've never cooked a Christmas pudding before.
Me neither.
I've been told by the lovely Linda Kane that we're already late because Stir Up Sunday was the 20th of November. And that is the time when they normally stir up the Christmas puddings.
But that's usually the alcoholic ones, right?
Yes, that's it. It doesn't matter for us because this is going to be consumed. Now, you don't like Christmas pudding, do you?
No, but I haven't tried it for a few years. I might have changed
I think you'll
my
love
palate
it.
again
I think
already.
you'll love it. This one has to be consumed within 5 days because
No alcohol.
No alcohol, which is doing the preserving business. So, of course, we've got a ton of artificial preservatives, which we've got from big manufacturing companies in the name of not poison.
I hope you've got a strong stomach.
It's got a very strong stomach. No artificial ingredients going into this, as far as I know. So, if you want to
So
make
no dropping your eye in.
no drop in the iron. We don't want an acrylic Christmas pudding. Now, traditionally, Christmas pudding, they put a sixpence in.
Yep.
Now, have you got sixpence?
Sixpence none the wiser.
Sixpence, none the wiser. Have you got
That's
sixpence to
terrible.
put in?
No,
there?
I haven't.
Oh.
But I could get you 6 pence.
Pounds?
No, 6 pence. I could,
Put
put 5
6
pence
pennies
in a 1 penny.
I always
But-
used to think that someone's going to break their tooth or that they would swallow it and they'd end up in A&E and all of that. So we're not going to put any money in there. And what would be, I don't know what the equivalent is of sixpence. It must be about £1.
Probably.
Or £2 these days. Anyway.
I don't rightly know.
I don't rightly
I
know
don't
neither.
rightly know.
When you buy a commercial Christmas pudding, they don't put a sixpence in. They don't even put like a little token Christmas
No, not
sixpence.
even a pretend one. Like
No, which is an outrage. Anyway, so what's in the ingredients do we need for a non-alcoholic Christmas pudding? That's what you're asking, isn't it? What do I need for it? Yeah. So, Julia, we've got a list of stuff. Shall we just tell the lovely audience what we're going to use?
yes, 60 millilitres or 2 fluid ounces of orange juice.
Freshly squeezed only this morning by my own bare feet. I stamped on them rigorously in the bath after I got out.
And fruits of the forest.
And some fruits of the forest because the recipe we're following came online and we've made a few modifications for our own individual taste. So they suggested squash, just commercial squash.
Yes.
We said we can do better than that.
Yes.
So yeah, we've got in there is some fruits of the forest, which I've just sort of heated
That
up.
was frozen and then defrosted.
Defrosted, yeah, exactly.
150 grams or 5.3?
You can't be right, yeah, it's something like that.
Sometimes I can't.
5.3
Dried mixed fruit.
ounces, that is.
That looks like you've got raisins, sultanas, currants maybe,
Yes.
and was that dates?
And I put some
You've
dates
added
in for
dates
good
in.
measure. So there's a good healthy 150 grams in there because I do like the fruit. We're going to have to do something to that before we can do everything else
Yes.
in a moment. What else?
10 millilitres or 2 teaspoons of orange juice.
Oh, crikey, orange juice. Well, there's plenty of orange juice in here already, so I'm not quite sure what they mean by that. Yeah, we can ignore that bit.
Add 2 teaspoons of water if we need to.
Yes, I think that there will be enough
Make
fluid.
up the liquid, yeah. Half a lemon zest,
Half a lemon zest.
half eating apple grated.
So when it says half a lemon zest, I was quite trying to work. Is that half a lemon that we grate all of it, or just the skin?
Just the skin.
Right. Okay.
That's what makes the zest.
Right. Okay. There we are. See, there's a good reason why the lovely Julia is here to make sure I don't completely make a.
Apparently I do have my uses.
You do. What else have we got on there, lovely Julia?
1 egg.
1 egg. I've got 6. Oh, one's missing.
You've got 5
Damn.
actually.
That was-
Somebody can't count.
That was the one I was going to use. Where's the? It's
well,
hatched. That's it.
it's all gone to heck now.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to join us next time when we try to make a chicken out of an egg. Maybe we could use one of the others?
Want to make the chicken?
No, to make this.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Okay. Phew, we saved the day.
Whew.
What's next?
35 grams or
Something.
1.202 grams
1.2
of whatever.
OZ.
White
That's
flour.
OZ. See that?
Ounces.
Imperial measurements, I know, over 1.2
2
ounces of
white
plain white flour. So we've got some plain white flour in here. There's a little bit more than I need, and I've already measured them out
Okay.
in a cup. There we are. That's in the Mark Burgess cup of sin.
Of coffee.
Yes, for the naked Englishman. So there's enough flour in there. What else?
60 grams or 2.1 ounces of caster sugar.
Yes, and here we have some good old British Carter sugar, grown in my back garden. He lies glibly, and in this cup here.
And in this cup I have some tea.
Yes, cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, yep.
There we
Very
are.
uncouth of us. But
Very
there we go.
uncouth. You don't get Fanny Craddock and Johnny doing this.
35 grams of suet.
Yes, I did have some suet. It's about 20
Did?
years old. And here it is. Probably the best before date that is best not to look at. But it seemed okay.
I've got to have a look-see.
Oh, golly. But it's in here. It's in this glass. A lovely glass of suet. Did you see the best before?
Yep.
Was it old?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
1973.
I'm only going to have like a tiny bit of it.
No.
When I look.
You won't get poisoned.
Yep, don't like it.
You don't like it.
Yep. 35 grams of breadcrumbs.
Oh, crikey. Now, breadcrumbs, it did say in the recipe, white breadcrumbs. I thought, sod that.
Well,
I've got,
we have actually looked at several recipes, and some of them do give the all brown.
yes, all brown, and this is all brown.
This is all brown.
This is homemade bread that I have made out of Emma wheat.
EMMER.
Yes, good old Emma. So
She's a nice gal.
so these are not so much crumbs, more like chunks.
Forgets to use her loaf though.
Yeah, oh, you're on form today. So yes,
how
I've got
long, we
some.
don't know.
I don't know. Got another show to do yet. So yes, crack on.
Half a teaspoon of mixed spice.
Mixed spice in one of these little pots. Half a teaspoon of that.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, and baking powder.
Nutmeg, cinnamon, and the powder of baking.
Yeah. Now, with some of these recipes, it was like half a teaspoon for this and a quarter of that, and this, that, and the
these
other.
are all half.
So this is all half. Yep.
Shove it all in.
Suits me.
Shove it all in.
Suits you, sir.
Absolutely. So, first thing we've got to do is, I'm going to give you the instructions because I read them and I can't remember them. So, we're going to mix this, which is the orange juice, ting, ting,
Clang.
clang, clang, with the fruits of the forest. And then once that's mixed, it's going in there. And it's got to go in the microwave for 90 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, in which Julia
90 seconds.
and I, whilst that's doing its thing, will do a hillbilly dance routine for your amusement.
Or we could do an English country dance.
I don't know any either of them.
A do-si-do your partner. Come on, did you never do that in school?
No, never did do-si-do. I did
but you were in
rising
a boys' school.
Yes, they didn't do do-si-do.
But I remember my secondary school.
They said instead of do-si-do in an all-boys school, it was beat up Joe. Beat up Joe now. Poor old Joe. And actually, I was always the Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah. John Doe, I was. Right, so that now is basically that is the fluid that the whole thing is going to rely on. So that's going to go in there.
Now?
Yes, please. Into the micrometer. We need to mix it up. Now, the great thing about this, if you've never done a Christmas pudding before, in the end, it'll all go into this very expensive pudding bowl that we purchased yesterday from a well-known store. But it's made from Pyrex. Don't mind advertising them because they're a good, solid, old-fashioned make. And you steam it, don't you? You steam it. And very kindly, somebody, I still don't know who, bought us this.
Lovely crock pot, which we didn't mention.
In our last one when we were talking about our favourite utensils.
Naughty.
And it's absolutely brilliant. We had a wonderful stew in it the other day. So thank you very much, mysterious buyer. That's very kind. Right, I'm going to shove that. I wonder if that will actually fit. Now I'm beginning to think if that will actually fit into.
Will it all fit in there?
It might do. Let's just see if it'll
If
go
not,
into the
if it
microwave.
doesn't fit in the microwave in that bowl.
Yeah, no, it does. Now 90 seconds.
90 seconds?
I don't have a timer
You don't have a
on
little,
there.
yeah. You just
So-
kind of have to guesstimate.
Tell me about do-si-do your partner.
I think it was primary school actually. My primary school in Loxheath in Hampshire, used to meet up with other schools
Yes.
at a larger.
So what would you
the
do?
School with the best playground.
What would you do? What's the
We
move?
would,
Is this thing?
I can't remember them all. I mean, this
Where you
is
go
a
like
long
this.
time ago now.
Do your
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
That's it.
You
So
t-
you remember?
Not really. I've seen
How do
these
you
things.
remember if you haven't done it?
Well, I've seen it in films, you know.
Oh, well, that's fair enough.
Um,
But I really wish we'd bring it back, you know?
and don't they do this sort of shuffly thing around the room, like bit like barn
Oh,
dancing?
yes. I mean,
So I know
that's-
more about it
that's-
than you do, and I've never done it.
Exactly. Well, like I say, it was a
And
long
what's
time
the
ago. I've done lots of
do-si-do
other
bit?
different.
Because you always say when you walk down
I
the
think
street.
you did it exactly that. I think
Oh,
that's
is that
just
it?
Yes, that's my personal joke. When I'm walking down the street, I think that's more than 90 seconds, isn't it? Walking down the street and you kind of, you know, that ooh, trying to get past
funky
someone, and
gibbon.
they're doing the same direction every time as well. And then I always go, ha, do-si-do your partner.
And they just look at you
it's funny
so
to
stony
It's so
faced.
funny to see who reacts, who gets it, who doesn't.
They just go, well, she's a bit mad, isn't she? Right, so that's the first bit. Next up, are we going to add the egg? We need to
Yes,
crack an
egg.
egg. Can we crack it in there? Doesn't matter,
Yes.
does it? Now, the lovely Julia has her own unique way of cracking an egg.
I don't always do it like this. But you want
but
me to do
is-
it like this on
yes,
camera?
Yes,
Tap, tap, whack. It gets this nice little dimple there. You can
Shifty
get your
complains
thumbs into.
that she has a headache, and now we know why. So that's, I suppose it could have gone straight in there, couldn't it? I mean, it didn't make much difference.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. But you told me to put it in there, so I'm doing as I'm told.
I did. And then now we add the flour. And here it is. It doesn't seem much flour, does it? But
Doesn't.
that's all we need, apparently.
Where does it go?
It goes in there.
Straight in there.
With
Does
the
that
egg.
go straight in there
yes.
now as well?
And then we mix it all up. When I say we,
That's great.
the lovely Julia will now mix it all up. Oh, crikey.
Let's get that out.
There we are.
way.
Get that sharp knife out of the way. I've
Have
been
grab
reading a lot about
key.
murders recently in a book I've got. Fantastic.
Murder, it's a nightmare.
Yes, so that goes in there. Once that's mixed up, we add the other bits. Like that. I don't know what that was.
So,
That was the sugar.
sugar, baking powder, salt,
That's the... we did it
cyanide,
very-
arsenic. I don't know what colour those things are.
No, I think they're all white.
I wouldn't
aren't they?
know.
They're the same colour as sugar, I think, which is why sugar is pretty lethal. There's some breadcrumbs. This is going very well.
We could have broken those down a little bit more, but
Oh, they'll absorb and do stuff. We've got a grate. It says grate half an apple. I've got a little apple here. I've got a grater. Are you ready?
yeah, brilliant. Whoa.
What?
A bit closer.
Oh. That's nearly half an apple already. I might be tempted.
To put a bit more in.
Pips have gone in. And then a lemon. Ready for the lemon? Half a lemon zest. Is that too big? Do I need to have it on a...
Maybe try it on the smaller one.
All right.
The apple was fine like that, but the rind
Yeah,
is a bit sharp
it is a bit sharp. And also...
in taste. Do
Oh, I see.
you want to get a little bit closer so that it goes directly in the bowl?
Into the bowl.
Yeah.
La 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 la. I don't know if we need... Did we need the... Did it only say lemon zest?
I think it said orange as well.
Oh yes,
Or at
it
least
did
some
say-
of them did.
Yes, some of them. I've got some orange zest over here because I peeled these earlier this morning
Here's one he peeled earlier.
because I had to get that orange juice, you see. This is going to be fantastic. Now, I want to be able to do this again. If this works, is it going all over
We
here?
ought to have had the aprons on.
Oh yes.
But we had them on the other day when we were just looking at the equipment. Now we're using the equipment
listen.
and food.
I'm not. I don't normally beg, but please send us some money. No, I don't normally beg. But if anybody wants to buy us a Christmas present, the lovely Julia could do with a lovely
Oh, a beautiful
unicorn
pinny.
pinny.
Unicorn pinny.
A unicorn pinny,
Oh,
or
nice
a kitchen,
vintage-looking one
a
would be cool.
vintage pinny to match my stripy one, which I have on the other side of the studio, and I'm not wearing it, but you've seen me wear it many times. That would be fantastic. You're very kind. Thank you very much.
I found a few online.
And it's Black Friday today as we record this, so get the order in the post and we'll get it tomorrow. Thank you. Now we're going to get 14.
I'm looking to make one.
And the lovely Julia will model each one that you send. Fully clothed, of course. Just to get that in. Right, so how much...
Needless to say.
Needless to say.
Needless.
As if it would be anything else.
What
What's
do you
the time
take
on
me
the clock?
for,
14
sir?
minutes, right. I take you for a ride. Now,
Well, Ride or die, baby. Ride or die.
Ride all day. Golly, there's
All
a lot
day.
of zest going in there. This is going to be the the best zest Christmas pudding
Still
you've
some
ever.
apple ones, haven't there?
Oh, is there? Yeah, it's amazing what gets stuck in there. Also, it's probably a nugget of cheese up there. I never washed this. No, I do. Of course I do. Right.
My stomach just dropped and twisted and turned.
We don't want cheese
All
in
in
your
one
Christmas
motion.
Nice. Right, now time for some baking powder. I don't really know what baking powder does. There's a teaspoon, but it's a bit... hang on a minute. There we are. It's another one.
Boing.
It's a teaspoon of this, because half a teaspoon is better than 1 serving spoon. Is better... Half sixpence that came from. Although that's not actually... It's around about half a teaspoon of this. I don't know if that's half a teaspoon.
That
That's
might
like
be a little bit much. That might do.
Yeah, there we go. Something like that. I think that's got rising agents in it, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it's like the house prices at the moment. They've got rising agents in
Is
them.
a raising agent. I can't remember the
What is this?
science behind
Mixed
it.
spice?
Yep,
It's quite a
lovely,
bit
lovely,
of that.
lovely.
We're going to be a bit generous with these ingredients because
It's going to be strong.
Yeah.
It's a rich chocolate cake.
Bit of-
Christmas pudding.
bit of
Is that nutmeg or cinnamon?
no, that was
Not-
cinnamon.
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 That's
Oh,
cinnamon.
that was
That was
nutmeg.
nutmeg. Ha! It's funny. I can tell the difference by the look of the powder.
Oh right, there you are. And this is cinnamon.
With nutmeg, I love buying the whole ones and then grating them.
Oh yes.
I love it.
Where'd you get the
Paul
nut?
Couchman got me into that
Oh.
notion.
Paul Couchman from
Of
of
Regency Townhouse
There
in
we are.
Hove.
Ove, actually.
Oops.
So how is that feeling? That's looking quite wet.
It does look quite wet, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now, I don't
But
know
I-
what happens if it's too wet. It might be that, because when it boils, it goes in here and then it steams, doesn't it?
Yes.
You boil the water around it and we are going to put a bit of plastic, we're going to make a lid.
Greaseproof paper.
Yes. And then what will happen is that will sit in here with the mixture in it, which I hope will go in
The
there.
trick with the bowl, when you get a bowl or a vessel to cook it in, it has to have a lip on it so that you can tie on the top, unless you've got a lid.
Yes.
A lid's always helpful, but...
You used to buy these plastic ones with a clip-on lid, didn't you?
But this is the old traditional way of doing
Yes.
it, though, of
And if
making
we had a
the
bit of
lid.
old muslin.
Yeah, I was going to say muslin cloth would have been the thing
or
to use.
cheesecloth or-
Which we do actually have some muslin cloth.
Yes, but you've wiped your baby's bum on it.
No,
so-
it's an unused one. It's a
Oh.
brand new one.
It's a brand. We could cut it up then, rather than have it all folded and
Yeah.
what have you. I do actually somewhere. I've got some cheesecloth, but that's irrelevant.
That would have been great.
That would have been good, but I can't find it.
I don't know what the difference is between cheesecloth and muslin cloth.
I think muslin is a form of cheesecloth. It's just a different name, isn't it?
There you go.
Who knows? You know. I know. Somebody out there.
Who
Somebody
knows?
out there already is going.
Dear Richard and Julia, I think you'll find the difference between muslin and cheesecloth is...
It's the minutiae of the stitch.
Exactly.
Or
and
something like that,
How
probably.
stupid we were to possibly even think that we hadn't got one tiny little difference. Right. That's,
Well, you know what they say, don't you?
we know, yes, we get it all the time.
Stupid is as stupid does. Or daft.
Exactly. So this is the mixture, ladies and gentlemen. Can't really see it, but we'll show it anyway, because this is a one-take wonder. That is nice and gloopy, and that, in my professional experience, having never made Christmas pudding before, is about spot on. The lovely Julia has done marvellously. Good game. All right, my love, let's look at the old floorboards. Julia and Richard, 5 points. Richard and Julia, 4. So good luck to you, and good
luck
game to you. Dear, oh dear, I miss the generation game. You don't even remember it.
I do,
Oh,
just
do you?
about.
Just about. Excellent. So, as far as I know, that's about what we now do. Come in.
Pray tell.
Dick, pray tell.
I was going to say, pray tell what we now do.
Yes.
Who's at the door anyway?
Hello. Hello. Penny for the guy? No, I haven't got a penny.
Bit late for that.
Sixpence for the pudding is what we want. Listen, what we now do... Oh, I nearly... What we now do is we put this in the fridge. You're supposed to put this in the fridge over for about an hour or so, 2 hours if you can, and it's supposed to firm up like a plump turkey. And or you can leave it overnight. In our case, we're going to leave it till next time. Because what will happen is over the weekend, because it's the weekend now as we film this, and Julia is off doing things, I'm off doing things, so we haven't got time to do another episode in which we can cook it. But what we can do is cook it and then show us eating it. So the next process, in the oven for, as we said, overnight, whatever. We will dollop it in here once it's firm. And then in this lovely crock pot, in it goes with the,
Lid on.
yes, with our homemade lid made out of a bit of old string and some grease-proof paper, just in case you were wondering what this was. This used to, you see that there?
It's had bread in it, hasn't it?
I used this at school about 40 years ago, and this was the...
Was it your treasure map?
yeah, and I used to, you know...
Was that the X?
That was the... yeah, she's there
It's
as well.
more like a squidge spider now.
and you're here. So, yeah, my ex...
Okay, go
no.
on. See ya.
See ya. So, there we are. No, we will be doing that in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed this load of old nonsense. Christmas pudding part 2 coming back to you, in which... Now, we want to know...
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
What do we want to
Yeah,
know?
because we discussed this beforehand, but I forgot to open my mouth and tell you.
Yep.
That we want to know what you put with it. Are you brandy butter? Should we be making our own brandy butter?
That would be fun to do, wouldn't it?
That would be fun.
Would be fun.
And it's not that we don't drink at all, and we
No.
may well have a little niblet.
But we just didn't see the point in buying alcohol specifically to make the, you know, it's different if you've got it in your cupboard or...
Yeah, because otherwise we just have
something
to
like
get
that, isn't it?
sloshed and drink it and all those things, you know, and all that naughtiness that follows when you're drunk. And then I get told off because I've... Anyway, so custard? Would you have custard with it? Cream? What would you have with it? What else are you going to do? We've got some other Christmas goodies lined up because Julie's got this book. And,
I've got this book.
yeah, it's got this book. No, it's not the Bible.
The Perfect Christmas.
The perfect Christmas book. The perforated Christmas book. And there's a lot of holes in it. So it's like a colander, but gone wrong on paper. So, yeah, we want to know in the comments, if you don't mind, what do we put with this? So I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think that will
I
be.
think we'll just leave it on that happy note.
That'll do, Donkey. Harry Mary.
Oh, well saved. Until next time, thank you for watching the madness of this English couple. Bye-bye from us.
Ta-ra for now. Chooks. That was weird.
Yeah.
I made that weird, didn't I? I always make that weird.
Did we put the egg in?